30 million Americans in the threat zone this morning as a system carrying tornadoes, baseball-sized hail, and torrential rain lumbers east through the heart of the country with some major American cities in the crosshairs.
And then right off the Carolina coast, Tropical Storm Ana just making landfall this morning. And this is weeks before the hurricane season even begins.
We've got team coverage this morning. Let's kick it off with Rob, who's in Tornado Alley in Oklahoma and has been out doing some storm chasing. Rob, good morning to you.
Good morning, Dan. Yesterday was a day that was turbulent and at times frightening for millions of Americans across the storm zone. Dozens of tornadoes across 5 states, and for a second day in a row, Texas receiving the most devastating impact.
A deadly night of tornadoes. At least one person killed in Texas, 3 injured, and many others unaccounted for.
I lived in Cisco for over 10 years now, and I haven't seen anything like this.
Dozens of homes and businesses damaged.
First thing I saw was my roof down. The roof was off and on the truck, and then all of the tree damage.
And the conditions proving difficult for authorities to begin recovery operations. This Mother's Day weekend, no mercy from Mother Nature.
Look, there's another one on the left.
At least 40 reports of tornadoes overnight.
Sir, it's like crossing the road right in front of us.
In 2 days, more than 30 million people threatened as severe storms rake the Great Plains.
Oh, it's really getting stronger.
Look at that rotation. It's not showing up on the Doppler, but here in person it certainly is.
We chased developing storms along the Oklahoma-Kansas border.
That dark cloud now got a little bit of rotation going on, developed more of a wall cloud structure. So we may need to hightail it out of here.
This mesocyclone and potential tornado spinning right overhead.
Whoa! All right. That was close.
And getting a little too close for comfort.
We better be ready to move.
The storms unleashing twisters in some cases 2 at a time.
Oh, 2 twins!
Relentless hail. And ferocious storms spawning 70-mile-per-hour wind gusts. In Colorado, one of the state's hardest hit, a silver lining as an unexpected rainbow sneaks up on a funnel cloud.
Colorado and where we were in Kansas, the best place to tornado chase because it's wide open and it's not very populated. We rigged up this ABC SUV with not only TV equipment but a lot of weather equipment. We'll show you that a little bit more in the broadcast. By the way, that storm that we chased later on went on to be tornado warned. So it grew into something certainly spectacular. No damage, thankfully, from that one. All right, let's talk about the big system that ejected from the Colorado Rockies. By the way, with this has some snow. We've got a blizzard warning that's up for parts of South Dakota, but it is tapping moisture from the Gulf of Mexico, and we are going to have another day of severe weather, and this is now pushing into some populated areas. We do have a severe thunderstorm watch out for parts of central Texas for the next few hours, and then obviously more will pop up as we go through the afternoon. Here is the area where we expect the most significant threat. Again, Dallas is going to be in it across the Arklatex and then up through as far north really as the Great Lakes. Parts of Iowa also will be in the enhanced area where we could see some very large hail and potentially some tornadoes. And then pushing into Monday, we get into the mid-Mississippi River Valley, the Tennessee Valley as well, and the Ohio River Valley, even more populated areas. So that's when we really start to get even more dangerous because it's not only difficult to chase, but difficult to see these storms as they develop and they move overhead. We're coming to you live this morning from outside the National Weather Center here in Norman, Oklahoma. Inside that building, among other things, they have the Storms Prediction Center, which houses some of the brightest minds in the tornado forecasting business. And you can bet, Paula, that they're going to be on task today. Back to you.
And Rob, we do want to thank you. And there were 45 reports of tornadoes overnight. One of those was deadly in the town of Cisco, Texas, which is just outside of Abilene. We want to bring in Philip Truitt, one of the city officials there in Cisco. And Philip, I know the heavy rainfall made it really difficult for the search and rescue efforts. Can you speak of the challenges that you faced overnight?
Yes, ma'am. On all the high rain, lots of rain put up high water on some of our roadways, and it made a lot of the pastures and fields muddy, so it made it hard to get trucks in to check homes and just get to homes that were damaged or destroyed.
Okay, I know that there's a lot of relief from town officials there, but you're waking up, you're just seeing the aftermath and the destruction of this tornado. Can you describe what you're seeing right now in the town of Cisco?
Well, right now we're still getting a lot of heavy rainfall and some high straight line winds in the area, but the destruction, some of the homes are completely destroyed and some of them have the roofs missing, and some slight damage on other homes. But it's pretty disruptive on several of the homes.
Can you give us can you expound on the destruction? You said homes are leveled. Some people are waking up this morning and the place that they called home is no longer in existence.
Yes, ma'am. Again, several of the houses are missing their roofs. There's cars put up on some of the debris that have been moved by the tornado, and it's not a pretty scene on some of the homes.
So many of those folks that are waking up without a home this morning, they're displaced. Where are they right now?
Several of them are in the hospital. We still had 3 people yesterday evening go into the hospital for injuries from the tornado, and then several of them are, I believe, with family and friends.
Okay. A lot of thoughts and prayers to the town of Cisco. Philip Truitt, we do want to thank you for joining us this morning on Good Morning America.
Thank you, Paula.